tonight, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. Indianapolis Colts taking on the Denver Broncos.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now this will make it into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run here with Swift. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Running is Swift. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So the Colts in great position here as they get things started. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw 1 interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 108 yards.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
Roughing the passer defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 3 yards out. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. Here's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
47. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Jones. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Swift. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Swift, the ball carrier.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down, Swift. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time,
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. A.J. Epinesa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Taylor now returning it. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Gray, and that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
At the 23-yard line.
Here's Gray, going to throw again, and he comes back with one complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Colts 7, Broncos nothing.
Now a handoff looking right. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25.
At their own 20.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. He completes this to Sutton. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Complete to Courtland.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Daniel Jones.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And now running right through it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Broncos on the move here a bit. Nice plays in succession back-to-back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. A pass there complete to Sutton. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Complete to
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield, get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. To return is Taylor. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Indy set to go on offense once more. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
This is unbelievable.
So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Looking to throw. Gray. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Gray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now Gray to throw on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
Downfield, offense.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. What can they do? Jones on 1st and 10. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Jones on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
To DeAndre Swift.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jerry Judy, as the first half is winding down, and the Broncos have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. On the return, it's Taylor. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
57, Mike, 57. Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
A final shot before break. Gray. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So we have reached half. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
So here are the Colts to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
33, the ball.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 26. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Gray on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Gray now, throwing on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
The ball carrier.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Brandon Ayuk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos draw a bit closer.
So what did you say earlier? earlier, my man, you said one big play away from getting back in this game. And guess what? There it was.
Yeah, we talked about it. Despite the scoreline, they were that close on the road, and boom, there you go.
Well done, Nostradamus.
Just
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. Good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
32-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Down at the 35-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Gray, that's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Gray. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st down, Jones. That's going to be caught by Judy. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Gain of 5.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now left side on the swing pass. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
And the Broncos 1st down.
Now Jones. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun. Jones under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Rohrwasser's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Just 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now look at him go.
Pass him
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no return from Cooper. Out it'll go to the 25. So the Broncos now down by 7. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Throwing, Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. To throw. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Bronco first down there. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. A.J. Epinesa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Open man, he completes it to Judy. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
A cross play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Colts going to use the first of their... timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
17. Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he'll get this off to Swift. And he'll go down at the 28.
Complete to DeAndre Swift.
And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Indianapolis, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos,